Welcome to the What's Your Truth podcast, the show that not only showcases the best of independent artists, but also explores what inspires them, what drives them, and what they consider their fundamental purpose as an artist to be. With me today is Kari Warburton, hailing from Utah and recently married to the love of her life. Big congratulations, by the way. Kari has one of the purest, most hauntingly powerful voices I've heard in a long time. A guitarist for the past 10 years and a singer since she was 5 years old, her Instagram page alone boasts over 33,000 followers, and it's easy to see why. A wonderful mix of amazing covers and glimpses of her life that are a perfect blend of fun, entertaining, and inspirational. It doesn't take long for Kari's content to grab you by the heart and keep you coming back for more. And then there's her originals. Now, I went and checked out some of her lyrics, and the words that come to mind are deep and delicious. These are some of the most introspective, poetic gems I've ever read, and when set to her beautifully melancholic guitar compositions, they absolutely envelop you and put you right there in every moment, experiencing every emotion expressed. I consider Kari to be one of the rising stars of our time, and it's an honor to have her on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Kari Warburton.
Hello. Thank you so much, Johnny.
Oh, you're so welcome. You having a good day today?
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Awesome. All right, well, let's get into it, shall we?
Okay.
Amazing. So here's the first question. How did you decide that you wanted to become a musician?
Okay, so like the intro said, I've been singing since I was 5, and it was just always something that I've loved doing, and it's a way for me to express myself. And I even started writing songs when I was like 5 years old. Well, not 5. I was actually in like second grade. But I wrote this song called like Time Machine, and it just helped me. Like one of my friends moved, and it was a song about how make a time machine so I could see them again because they ended up moving, and ever since then, it's been a way for me to, like, express myself.
Wow, that's awesome. And what was the first experience you remember having with music?
Oh, that comes to mind. I think about, so, again, when I was 5, I was in, like, choir, and I remember getting solos for that choir and just being nervous for those solos, but, like, um and learning those songs in that choir. Um, that's kinda like my earliest memory, I guess, of music, and I know my parents have videos of me dancing to music as a kid and singing to it as a kid, but that's like my earliest memories is just performing in that choir.
Awesome. How old are you, by the way? It's hard to tell. You
Yeah.
definitely look young. You have a very mature way about you, so it's a bit deceptive.
Yeah, so I'm 23, I'm turning 24 this year, so
Oh, right on. Good, you're
yeah.
getting at it young. That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
So, who are the biggest influences on your work and why?
One of my biggest influences is Taylor Swift. Like when I was younger, I loved how she played guitar and like she just always wrote her own songs. And then the other person is Ryan Tedder. He just is so phenomenal at how he writes music. And me and my husband saw him live um, this last summer, and he's just an amazing singer. I always say he could sing the dictionary, and I would still
True.
listen to it.
That's true. I love that. That's really true. And he's also, have you ever seen or done his online workshop that he does?
I haven't, but that'd be a cool thing to do because he's
Yeah.
so good at producing music.
Producing, writing, God, that guy's the total package.
He is.
Yeah. So, what's the weirdest thing that has ever inspired you?
I think one of the weirdest things that's inspired me is when I like to read. And one time I was reading a book and there was a love interest in the book. And sadly, I don't know where the song is, but I remember writing a song about that. And it's funny because, like, I was in middle school, I think, and my dad found the lyric sheet and he's like, "Who's this about?" And I'm like, "It's about the characters in my book."
How funny. Awesome. And then do you have any pre-show or pre-studio rituals?
um, Not really.
Okay.
I just like practice like normal people do. Most people do. I hope they practice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's true. Well, I guess it depends. I mean, honestly, you strike me as more mature than most. Like when I was 11 years old and I picked up a guitar, I you could get for like 10 years. I just refused to practice pretty much.
Uh-huh.
So I think you're ahead of the curve of some of us for sure.
Well, the reason I wanted to learn guitar is because, as a kid, I loved to sing, and so I begged my dad to make me minus tracks, like karaoke versions of songs, and put them on a CD so I could sing to them. And so I was like, "What if I just learned the guitar and then just did the chords with that?" And it does help that my dad did play the guitar too, so he gave me some pointers when it came to that. So
That's cool.
yeah.
You and your dad ever like write together or jam together?
Yeah, we actually do. We have a few songs out together that he's written and he plays his guitar and those are on out there. So,
Oh, no kidding. That's awesome.
yeah.
Right on. So, what risks, if any, have you personally taken for the sake of your music?
Honestly, I haven't really taken any too many risks. I've been thinking about maybe like going on a TV show or something, but it just hasn't panned out yet. But it's something that's been on my mind of about like going on The Voice or American Idol. I guess my latest risk you could say is I entered a songwriting competition. I didn't make it, but it's okay.
Right on. No, and it's funny. That really blows my mind, though. Your songs are great and your voice is great. I really
Thank
feel
you.
like they missed the boat on that one, not you.
Thank
What's
you.
Oh, you're so welcome. What's the craziest risk you've ever seen another artist take for their craft?
Mm. I do know there's some people on Instagram who like they did try out for American Idol and they've tried out a few times and I don't know, I think it's just a big to thing to put yourself out there and put yourself on TV like that and take those jumps. And I also hear a lot of artists who like get rejected a lot, like seeing Ryan Tedder of live. He told us about how his songs kept getting rejected and rejected, and they're like, "This song stinks." So then it ended up being one of the top songs on the radio that was being played. And so I think just, um, yeah, just a couple artists who just keep trying even though they get shut down.
Totally. And I mean, God, again, Ryan Tedder, my God, that's so funny to me that anyone would reject anything he
I
wrote.
know.
Is I'm just like,
He's too good.
really? That's so wild.
Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, that's a really good point too. Is like the keep showing up, keep trying, keep persisting, and just really be true to what you're doing and keep at it. I mean, that's. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a really good point.
Mhm.
Sure. What is the one thing about you that would shock everyone to know?
Um, this is kinda just a weird thing, but well, I guess it's not too weird because I do have a video of me doing it on my Instagram, but, there's a I can hula hoop from, like, my neck, and then go to my hips, and then go to my knees, and I'll put one foot up so I can hula hoop on one foot.
What? Like
Yeah.
it starts and it works all the way down, like
Uh-huh.
literally. Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's a trip.
Yeah.
You got to get after this. After we're done here, you got to get me the link to that video. I want to put that down in the description.
Okay.
I want to see that. That's a
Okay.
trip. And I've hula hoop. That's not easy to do just one on your hips, man. That's a lot. That's
Yeah, I did it a lot when I was in middle school, so I don't know, I just really enjoyed it.
awesome. And what's one thing or one tool that you absolutely cannot live without as an artist and why?
Um, One tool, of course, is my guitar. I just it's been there. And, like, I don't know what I do without it, and, um, it's one of the best ways to write songs too. I don't know how I would have written some of the songs I did without the guitar.
Right on. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, here's a deep one. What has been the most difficult piece of music for you to create and why?
Let me think about that. Okay, so there's this one song that I wrote called Sirens. Um, and that one was essentially about there's this person I met and um they sent me a text, me and my friend a text about how they were thinking about taking their life. And so we um just it was about that and um how they ended up being okay and just the concern for them that I had and yeah.
Wow, that's intense. And you had just met them?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
God, that's a trip.
yeah.
And if you were going to write a book about your career up to this point, what would you title it?
Um, my mind's just like, "She's trying."
That's awesome. Hey, that's cool, man. And hey, you never stop trying, right? Even the people that make
Yeah,
it, are still working at it. So that's actually a really great title, I think.
yeah.
Right on. And what are your plans for world domination?
Oh, world domination, like, with my music, or
Whatever it means to you. What are your
okay.
plans?
My plans are, I think it world domination starts with the small things. Like, I don't know, there's this quote, I don't remember it. I heard it a couple days ago, but it was just talking about how, like, just like small things can be big things in the long run. And I think just the small things of like doing kind things for people, and saying nice things to people, and loving those who are in your life. It's just those small things. And um, everyone has their own world. So I guess first you gotta, to dominate the whole world, you gotta start small within your circle, and um, just be kind.
You know, totally. And that may be one of the best answers I've ever gotten to that question.
Really.
Yeah, no, seriously, that is an incredible answer and a great lesson. I think people tend to think I've run into this anyway. I mean, don't tell anyone, but I'm almost twice your age. But in my time, I've run into things for myself, even when I was your age, when it was like I felt like I had to do everything so big all the time, and it made me forget the
Mhm.
small little day-to-day things that actually build you up to be able to do those bigger things in the first place. And those small things do make an impact. They make a difference on people's lives.
They do.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. And then, oh, how has your art influenced other people?
Um, I've had a few people, like, reach out to me and was like, um they saw that I put myself out there, and so they're like, "Because you put your song out there, I feel like I can put my song out there." Like, I wrote a song and I feel like I can record it, and I always give them, like, if they ask for tips on, like, what I use to record my music and stuff, I always tell them what I did. And so I've had a few people tell me, like, I inspired them to write their song, and I'm like, "Yes, get that music out there." Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, like, it's never gonna be perfect, but, um just get it out there and just do it, because someone, you never know who's gonna be inspired by your art.
100% right on, man. That's so great to get, especially at your age, like to have that kind of an impact. That's huge. That's
Thank
a big deal, man.
you.
Absolutely. And then I have one more question for you, and just to revisit my intro here. So, along with showcasing the best of independent artists, the show is also about exploring what inspires them, what drives them, and what they consider their fundamental purpose as an artist to be. So, Carrie, what's your truth?
So my truth is, I think, um, one of the biggest reasons I do music is for me, but sometimes, when people do, um, tell me that, like, my music, like, inspired them, like, I have a few Christian songs out there, and, um there's a few people who've told me, like, it's helped them increase their testimony, and it also increases mine. And, um, not to get, like, spiritual or anything, but, like,
Totally
God
fine.
is a big part of my life. And so just, like, I don't know, part of it's almost kinda to God, and to, um I feel like, I'm his child, and so he gave me this ability to create, and I feel like, he wants me to show that to people.
Right on. That's beautiful. That's actually really beautiful. Thank you for saying that, and for that.
Yeah.
That's a courage to say. Thank you so much. That's again. That's um, my experience is that people these days tend to be a little bit lacking in the faith and spirituality
Mhm.
department. So it's really cool that you have that. That's actually really important.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So before we end off here today, I just wanted to take 60 seconds and give you a chance to plug anything you'd like to plug. 60 seconds, everything Carrie Warburton. Go.
Okay, so I think just anyone who's listening, and I know being an artist can be super struggling, and one of the biggest things is I tend to compare myself to people, and sometimes you just gotta throw that out the window and be like, "Know what? I'm doing this for me." I'm doing this for God or whatever your inspiration is. And for the people who are listening to my music, um, just you can't compare yourself to other people. That will definitely halt your progression when it comes to music. And um, always take a step back and see um, what remember what like this podcast is why you do what you do, and ultimately it's for you, it's for people who need your music.
Absolutely. Right on. And that is a perfect way to end this podcast. I swear, maybe you should be a co-host one of these days. No,
Thank
that
you.
was, you really got it. I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Johnny.
Yeah. And thank you for being on. God, that was it. That was awesome. Really excited that you did this. And best of luck to you with everything you got coming down the pipe in the future. And guys, this has been the What's Your Truth podcast. See you on the next one. Later.
Yeah, thank you, bye.
Yeah, you follow your own rules and you preach them unto me. But you don't think before you act, and you ain't got no business with me. You don't know. But tell me what's your truth? Oh, what's your truth? Now you got down on your